It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Tampa Bay. It's the Packers and the Bucs, and it's coming up next.
Playoff football has come to the west coast of Florida, and we're at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Green Bay... Chance to head to Arizona in 2 weeks' time for Super Bowl 57. We are underway now in the NFC Championship. This taken in at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. First try on offense for the Bucs and their veteran quarterback, Tom Brady.
And we talked about it last week, the pressure of not just playing in the playoffs and now in the championship game as they try to close out a perfect 19-0 season. Of all the games they've played, though, this year, this is far and away the toughest one. If they find a way to win it, guess what the next one will be? The toughest one they play. That's what happens when you have a perfect record on the line.
A big pickup of 38.
But big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event, not getting to them early.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Chris Godwin, 29 yards. And the Buccaneers have struck first in this NFC title game. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes the score 7-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way. Here's Rodgers throwing on first down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be second and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Rodgers will try again on second down. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt.
Fielded at about the 28. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 72 yards on the punt return. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss-hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Extra point try now for Succop. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, hey, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Rodgers. Right side to Watson. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And here's Joseph Charlton now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. This is taken at the 23. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now, Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And brought in by Brady. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. There's the stiff arm. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Brady. And Brady, the tight end's got it. And the Buccaneers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. 2nd quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. To throw is Brady. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd down and goal. Brady toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, Captain, let's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Suckett's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Now the Packers get set to go. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Rodgers going to throw. This is Cobb with a catch right side. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
A check down.
And he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it there.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right?
And he's got a man, complete. And now look at this, big gain but a fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Carlton Davis picks it.
And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football.
Fournette, a 1st down carry.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
To throw, it's Brady. And it's caught. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown.
Chris Godwin.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bucs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Succa. And a rout is on here in this first half. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Steps away to his left. Johnson's got it complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Brady now on 1st down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw on target to Godwin here.
And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down,
touchdown! Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this 1st half. And the Bucs are able to add on to their 1st half lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And a rout is on here in this 1st half. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working from the gun, Rodgers. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Rodgers buying time, and a pressure gets to him again.
Joe Tryon, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It's a gain of 2, and it will be the final act of this 1st half of play. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the 2nd half now underway in the NFC Championship game.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Rodgers, his throw incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Rodgers. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Leonard Fournette, 14 yards. And the Buccaneers take the first turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside handoff now to Fournette. Shoves him away. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
58 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
On 2nd and goal, Brady, and in for the Buccaneers touchdown. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady.
And the Bucs take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point put through by Suckup, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Rodgers.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
They've got his man complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken right around the 44. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That was all Preston Smith. Navigating into the backfield, he gets the tackle for loss. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Brady. And this is incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
Now Brady. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Succop's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Rodgers' throw taken in by Miller.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Caught up. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
A solid stiff arm. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time on the catch and run, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Here's Brady to throw. Touchdown! 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady, and the Buccaneers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything.
Back now in Tampa.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. There he goes, right side. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. Suck him for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away.
And taken right at the 35.
And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Up the gut, Fournette. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box.
And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Mike Evans saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Bucs are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point put through by Suckham. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From the 6. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Now trotting out there the Packers getting ready to go.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now it's Rodgers.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 5. On the delay, Jones. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
And that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at about the 14.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. They find some open field here. There he goes, left side. Those spinning, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Extra point up and good by Succa. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do that? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And again, it's Rodgers.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Rodgers. And now here's another interception. Carlton Davis picks it.
And the Bucs are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette.
146 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his to the Super Bowl.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Brady going to look to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all inside the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. There's something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Extra point put through by Saka. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? They've got nothing left to lose. They might.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Jamel Dean.
And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
But not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From the 6.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Brady going to throw here.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he's got it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
This one fielded at the 5.
To hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory. Moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grr to the Riasi.